Hello everyone, welcome. How the devil are we? Happy Monday, happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way, to all of our Irish fans, friends, contingent. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Hope life's been treating you good. Hope you've played catch up, by the way, on this save. I hope you've done your homework and worked out where we are with HIFK, because I don't know if you were in the last stream or not, but it sort of went a bit odd and a little bit rubbish, didn't it? Like the form nosedived spectacularly towards the back end of the season. So much so that we have 3 games left of the season, and mathematically we can still be relegated. Which, now I've just seen that, does make me worry a little bit. Yeah, now I'm quite scared, actually. Shall we have a look? Yeah, that doesn't look great, does it? Like, do you know what I mean? 3 games to go. If Yapsh, Karpar, Honka and Salpar solo win their last 3 games, and we lose all 3 of ours, we can be relegated. And given the fact that we've scored the 3rd least goals in the league, it wouldn't be a major surprise if something like that happened. I mean, form has gone dreadful from June. 1, 2, 3, 4 months worth of shocking results. And yeah, I don't know how or why. There's no rhyme or reason to it, I don't think. I mean, there must be some logic to it somewhere, but I don't really know what that is. A lack of quality from our players, possibly. I mean, that would be the obvious one, I'm guessing. Straight away, blame the players. The manager will, of course, deserve some blame. Let me just get my watch on charge here. The manager, of course, deserves some blame. But yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know what the tactic. We could blame the tactic. We can always blame a tactic. 4-4-2. We can certainly blame that if needs be. But I don't think it's that fault yet. I just think the problem is we've just gone a little bit too long. Like, you know, we had the whole transfer ban thing, you know, which we knew about. And I think that there is a bit of a concern. I mean, do I play a friendly? We've got 3 games left. Like, is it even worth a friendly just to try and get some sort of morale? Maybe it is. That's where we're at this moment in time. So, I mean, look, the transfer ban's probably affected us more than we've given ourselves credit for, right? Because we obviously weren't able to buy players for 3 transfer windows, I think it was, and because of that, you know, we've sort of got the team we've got, and that's what we've got. And because of that, there's a concern. We've drawn up. Okay, there is a slight problem here. Forgot that I have the assistant manager takes the friendlies. Oh dear, that's not really helped, has it? But it'll be fine. Don't worry, it'll be fine. So yeah, there is a concern. We now have to bring in some new players, right? And I think we can do that. I think we can just about salvage this. I think. I'm open to suggestions, but I reckon we can. Okay, I know that there's some people in here not necessarily convinced that we're able to do that. Some people are convinced that you know, the club is cursed and that we need to leave and it's never going to get any better than it is right now. But I think we might be able to do something. We might. Evening Zeep, evening A15, evening Mean Wolf, Umbilicus is here, Ian's in, Rugio's in. Welcome one and all. Welcome, of course, to everyone. over on YouTube as well. How are we? How are we? Happy Monday, happy St. Patrick's Day to one and all. But yes, there's a few things we need to do tonight, I think. And I think the first thing we need to do is we need to start winning football matches. That's the first thing we need to start to do. Because without that, everyone who shouts leave, in terms of leave the club, not like, politically, is probably making a reasonable point. The Arsenal in there on 21 months. Thank you very much, the Arsenal. That is a wonderful, wonderful show of support. Thank you for that. Looking forward to seeing what you can do now the transfer ban is over. That's the thing, Zeep, isn't it? Maybe this is the thing. Maybe we now have the opportunity to actually do something and go, right, things were crap, but we overachieved. Let's not beat around the bush. We overachieved last year, finishing third. We should never have done that. And this year, we've underachieved. So I think between the two seasons, yeah, we've done not too bad. But yeah, I'm not necessarily thinking this is the exact. I don't think this is a fair representation of our abilities as a manager or as a football club. And I think what we can do, if we do some clever scouting, some clever recruitment, we might just be in luck. I'm having a quick little nose at these players. I'll do a bit more deep dive on them as we go through. The reality is we're probably going to sign them all because because why not? They're young players and they're not going to cost us anything. But I think the actual ability levels of players are noticeably low. So anyone who looks half decent has been going in the first team. Anyone who looks even a quarter decent has been going in the first team. So it's been a sad indictment of where we are. And I now hope that we can push on. He's got some cracking hair for a 16-year-old. Look at that kid. 12 for bravery, 10 for bravery, 10 for long shots, 10 for flair, 10 for first touch. Work rate 11, balance 7. He might actually be all right, He might turn out okay. So yes, as I say, we have a little bit of time to get things sorted. We do have a big issue as well, and I think it's one that I think we're going to have to probably agree on. Let's just quickly put it up in the chat because these bloody lights. Expensive lights, they keep turning themselves off. Right, quick question here. Mojeda. Right, he is out for, what's that now? 2 more months, 3 more months? I think he's got to go. Like, he injured himself, and yeah, 3 months. His contract is up in November. October, November. I mean, he might just stay, but what do we do? Do we just let him leave? He's costing us 500 quid a week now and he's not playing. Evening Console, how are you, my friend? Welcome in. Pleasure to see you. So we do have a question mark there. And we've got a question mark again on a lot of players. Because we have to do a clean out, I think. And then do is it a full recruitment? Well, yeah, probably. I reckon we're going to be in the market for at least 7 players, I think. Any chance he takes a new deal on reduced wages? I'm not sure, I'm not sure because he might do, but is the question going to be, what's he going to look like next year? The reason I'm going to question that is we're playing him at left back at the minute, okay? We have another left back in the in the squad. Okay, we have Laxonen, who can play everywhere. So yes, Maheda is better defensively, better mentally, but better all round. FM Girls here. Hello, Alice. How are we, friendo? Are we well? Are we well? Huge shout, by the way. Alice is back, making content. Welcome back, my friend. Pleasure to see you. Release. Oh, I mean, he is a top talent, but yeah, we probably are going to end up losing him, aren't we? We probably are going to have to let him go, reinvest that cash back in. I think, as much as it hurts me, I think it is the right decision. I think that is the right decision. Alice, how is life treating you? How's life treating you? It's nice to see you back streaming, by the way. I genuinely had a wonderful time in your stream the other day. So if you haven't already followed Alice, please go and do so, by the way. Go and get it done. When's FM25 out? It's already out, mate. It's already out. We've been playing this for ages. Waiting for FM26 now. Nobody wants FM25 anyway. Nobody wants it. You know what I mean? I'm absolutely fine. I've got a save to finish. I don't need FM25. You know, the podcast pretty much writes itself, I think. Console. Did we see the tweet see the 442 tweet? What would you ask John Terry first? Question was about. Oh God. I mean, like, of course it's gonna be. Do you know what I mean? Like, of course it is, because football fans have got no imagination, and they think they've got good. They think they've got banter. Football banter is like, it's the worst. It's just the worst. It's like low hanging fruit. Well, it really is. Plus, as well, every football club is you know. Oh no, I'm not doing it. I'm not talking any real football at all, because again, it's just shit. It's just shit. I'm not getting into it. You know, this is not the place. This is an escape from real football. Yeah. And all the atrocities that are associated to it. Yeah. What do they expect putting it on Twitter? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's like saying, we asked a room full of idiots what would an idiot do, and all of the idiots responded. So, yeah. Like I like the question that Stinger put out the other day on Twitter, which was, does anybody else find it really difficult making content of FM content when you don't actually like the modern game and feeling like more detached from it? And I was like, real football's rubbish. Like, I've not been watching real football for years. So yeah, it's just you can do FM without having to do football. So that's my thinking, and I'm going to stick to it. Even Luffy, nice to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. You know what? Let's keep Bloomer at left back. Laxonen can go on the bench, because he can play everywhere. Speaking of which, what happened to chill out City Skylines? Oh, honestly, mate, like Arsenal, life is super busy at the minute. Chilling out would be a lovely thing. It would be a lovely thing. Here's where we're at right now. Okay, so usually this is peek behind the curtains, right? Usually Thursday nights are reserved for podcasting. Okay, we had, over the last couple of weeks, we've had two guests pull out of Thursday records, which has meant that we've had to move our record schedules to like Sundays, which then of course means like it's a super quick turnaround to get that edited for Wednesday for Patreon, and then out on the public episode on Thursday. Hence why we've now brought in an editor. So editor Chris has joined the team, who's Lelujo's editor, who's come to join and work for us and make some stuff with us, which is brilliant. So that means that we've been recording on Sundays. Yes, Fagerstrom. We're away. We're off. So that's taken out Sundays, which of course has been would have been the Skylines streams, and Thursday hasn't been a stream because, well, if we're not podcasting, I'd probably rather have some sleep, to be honest, because we've worked it out. I'm not going to have a proper night off per se for probably until Saturday, I think now, because we've ended up having to readjust a few records. So this week we are podcasting tomorrow night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night. Yeah, so we've theoretically got 3 weeks worth of podcasts over the course of this week, and we recorded yesterday. So 4 podcasts in 5 days. Quite frankly, I'm going to be sick of Football Manager by the end of the week. So if we're streaming on Friday night, it's going to end up being something that is not Football Manager. Assume no stream Wednesday. I would think that's safe to assume no stream Wednesday, yes. Because we can't really guarantee what time we'll get finished. I don't know about Tony the Machine, Alice. I think Tony the Idiot is what we're coming up with here. Couldn't manage 5 in 5, absolute slacker. Agreed. I mean, unfortunately, I'm one of those idiots who's got a real job as well, and kids, getting in the way of my content. So yeah, sadly, I've gone part time now. I just don't commit like I used to, do I? So unfortunately, that's the situation then. And yeah, this is where we are. So we're gonna basically claw life back a little bit. Just do 4 podcasts in 5 days, and yeah, there'll be that. So, and of course, there's obviously all the Patreon stuff as well that we do at the same time. It's it's just we've ended up having to give things to other people to be like, can you make this go away, please, or work? So yeah, so I'm not having to edit everything because it would just break me, to be honest. Evening, good Jay, nice to see you, my friend. Pleasure to have you in. Hope all is well. And then, of course, in the meantime, we do still have a stream save, which we need to obviously fix and address, and then the other channels which are starting to get set up. And I now say channels because, hang on, Raheemi's gone down, penalty. There we go. Raheemi steps up. Cool as a cucumber. 2-0 against third in the league. Why could we not have played like this last week? I mean, we can still, of course, lose this match, but yeah, no, we say other channels with a Z. We've looked at the gaming channel, right? We looked at the gaming channel, and after a bit of discussion with Mr. Maggio, this one here, this is the gaming channel right here. That gaming channel, okay, is going to become a Pokemon channel on its own, because I put a Pokemon unboxing on there and it did quite well for nobody actually being connected to the channel. So there's maybe some scope that YouTube is picking up that as the thing for that channel to do. So we're going to start putting the Pokemon stuff on there, and then I'm going to have to put everything onto a different... Put everything then onto a different channel that's going to be a mixture of games. So yeah, so instead of making one YouTube additional channel, I've ended up making 2, but that'll be all the streams from the other games. They'll go on to another channel, and then I did an F1 video as well, F1 Manager, so that'll go on there as well, and then that gives my editor some work to do, because like at the minute I don't know what he wants in terms of FM videos. There's just nothing I can make really to send his way. So I'm like, well, look, I don't really know what to do right now. So look, if you want some work, then it's going to end up being stuff for later. Actually, let's not do that. Can I do Pokemon 101 YouTube series so I can understand what on earth's going on with it? Honestly, Kev, if I learn to understand it myself, then yes, absolutely I can. Alice might even be the person to help with that. She knows Pokemon, so she might be able to explain what's going on. And of course, the United City and myself are going to do some Minecraft things, which we're going to get locked up. So that's going to be cool. Can we see this one out? No, we can't. Oh, Exploding Carrot, how's the shady Discords going? Honestly, I've made so much money from a tournament that that has no financial prize attached to it. Yeah, if anyone wants in the shady Discord, by the way, there is a shady Discord. Shady Discord. Which is this one here, which you know is it's my Discord. Or the FM show Discord, which again is even shadier. These publicly accessible Discords. God, what am I like? Which Pokemon is number 101 again? That was my era. I don't know. 151 I think was the they're the original ones, aren't they? They're the original ones. Apparently, and from what I can understand, Pokemon is 30 years old this year. So that seems a reasonable time for me to get involved. Obviously, I've not been playing it for 30 years, so therefore my opinion is irrelevant. But yeah, I am getting into it. The kids love it, so they have a great time. We went and I even did a thing. Look, see, we did the pre-release pack this weekend, and we did some actual battles. And the 5-year-old beat an adult. So that was fun to watch. And also as well, I love the TCG Live, so I've got that on my phone. So I play that. Man Can Battle, welcome in. See? So I told you I've got that as well. So I play that, and that gets me a little bit of knowledge as to what to do. Yeah. 30 years is a sensible time to wait. Don't want to get involved too soon in case it's a flash in the pan. Well, exactly. I want to see if this thing's got staying power, and it turns out it might do. So my desk is now currently full of Pokemon things. So you got the Journey Together there. I've got some Surgeon Sparks here. I've got a collection of I don't know what. The kids have just given me these to play with. So yeah, there's like energy cards here. I've got live cards. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But the cool thing is that it means that the kids get to film the videos as well. So they do the unboxing, they do the packs, and we sort of like have it so that I introduce the video, and then we cut to the kids with the top down, and they're opening the packs. So you get to see them open that, and then you don't see their faces, obviously. We'll see TJ at the Pokemon Championship final soon. I hope so. You never know. I have enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it. And everyone in the who I've met in the Pokemon community have been absolutely lovely. In fact, here's the thing. Here's a story, okay? So Saturday... actually, let me give some context first of all. I know we're not fans of context around here, but we had the pre-release booked in for Sunday. Okay, we were going to go to Leeds. Travelling Man did a pre-release. We got booked in for that about a week, 10 days ago or something. And we we told the boys, right, there's something big planned over the weekend. Like, we're going to do that. So you have to be up and out early morning on Sunday. And they're like, all right, cool. Saturday, we were about doing some bits and bobs. And I couldn't find our damage counters because obviously we knew that we were going to be sort of playing battles. And I was like, where's the damage counters? We've lost them somewhere in the house. And the Travelling Man in York didn't have any, and the other little tiny game shop didn't have any. So I was like, right, there's only one other place that we know of in town that does board games, and we'd been there months ago, like literally months ago, for some Pokemon packs. And we turned up, and the dude who runs it is super lovely, like so nice, right? And they've got like a sort of Saturday games day, so people down there playing like Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, and they're playing like what's the other one they had? Other like sort of board games and stuff. Like they had Blood Sport as well, which was Blood Bowl, sorry, which I remember from being back as a kid, and they've got like loads of Warhammer things, and just nice people hanging out playing board games. And I spoke to the owner, and I said, look, have you got any damage counters? And he's like, yeah, get them. And then the lady in front of us bought the last box of Prismatic Evolutions, and our kids were like, we wanted the Prismatic Evolutions, and she was like, it's the last pack, do you want them? Like, you can have them. And we were like, me and Mrs. J were like, no, it's fine. Like they've got one. In fact, we've got another couple of packs in the house for them they don't know about. And the dude was like, well, look, I can do you some posters or whatever, and like a sort of poster collection box, and a binder thing. So the kids were like, all right, fine, we'll do the poster boxes. And the lady was like, look, if you want to come downstairs and open the packs with me for the kids, you can do that. So the kids were like, oh, this is brilliant. Let's go and do that. So I hung back. I bought the binder as well, which I think I might keep myself possibly. And I was saying about the fact we got this pre-release booked for Leeds on the Sunday. And he was like, oh, he says, is it Leeds you live in? I says, no, I says, I live in York. He said, just our pre-release starts in an hour. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's a shame. I said, I didn't know about that, but I said, yeah. Oh, well, maybe next time. I says, unless, of course, you've got any spaces going. And he was like, yeah, we've got a couple of spaces if you want to be in. They can do pre-release today. So I was like, all right, brilliant. So we sat downstairs, unpacked the packs with the lady. The kids had a lovely time. Bundled them in the car, drove out of the car park, round up onto the bypass and straight back down, pulled back into the car park. And the kids were like, well, what are we back here for? I was like, oh yeah, I forgot something. And they went, oh, what? And I was like, well, 2 words, journey. And then they went, together. And they lost their mind. And I said, yeah, we're going to do pre-release now. And they had a great time. They had the best time. And then when they finished it, so they did all their packs and that, opening up, two wonderful people who were in, who we've got no idea who these people are. They just gave all the cards to the kids, and we just went, oh, there you go, you can have these ones. And it was just that it was their packs essentially. They took out the 3 energy cards they wanted, and like a shiny, and they went, oh yeah, you can have the rest. So they came back with like about 200 Pokemon cards or something. I was like, this is ridiculous. And then we went to Leeds on the Sunday and did it again. But this was like, to be in it, you had to be signed up to the tournament. So Eldest Jameson learnt how to play Pokemon with the head judge of that shop, and a guy who's played in regionals, right? So he's like had a proper great like teaching there and then. And then youngest Jameson played the guy from regionals and then beat an adult. It was his first time battling, and like I was with youngest Jameson. I was like, right, we do X, Y, and Z. And the guy was just like, yeah, I've been beaten by a 5-year-old, so this is not a good day for me. But apparently he went in. I sent the dude in Leeds like a thank you message to say like, oh, I appreciate you having us in. And he says, oh yeah, the guy who lost was just like, he's already come in just going, that was the best moment of his day, was like playing with the youngest Jameson. And he says, yeah, losing was fine, it was just good fun. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? That's literally what it's all about. So while certain segments of our community is fragmented, one person, I think it was nice to sort of see another community that's very much built on helping everybody. So I've taken inspiration from that. And yeah, it's mint. It was really mint to sort of let the kids experience that, And I almost bought He-Man Battle of Eternia as well, because apparently that's the sort of thing I would really enjoy. The guy at the shop was just like, "You like this?" I was like, "Yeah, probably would." Please don't let Mrs. J see it. So yeah, so I think I'm going to end up becoming a board gamer as well. So, in your face, Football Manager. It's your own fault. Yeah? Look at what you've lost. This. If only there was some sort of football management board game. Hey, Alice? That would be cool, right? Console says that's the problem. You need to buy 2 packs, one to open, one to keep the future to sell to Logan Paul. Oh, honestly, this is the thing. Like they're so rare to get hold of anyway. And you are correct. You do need to have some unsealed ones. And it's I feel a Pokemon podcast coming on. Honestly, Dan, I know so little about Pokemon that a podcast would not work. Cue everyone's saying, "Hey, you've got a Football Manager one though, TJ." Yeah, it's true. It is true. Get the Kickstarter going. You do, definitely. You need to get it done, Alice, because things happen from Kickstarter. You know, my brother-in-law's films have been made off the back of Kickstarter and crowdfunding, and the football game called What a Cross, What a Goal. Chemo Hovey. Huge header. That's what we're talking about. Get up, son. There's Bloomer. There's Rahimi. What a cross. Right foot. And Chemo Hovey. 32-year-old? Possibly 32-year-old, I think. The only signing that we've actually done post-transfer ban. Free transfer came in at the end in the transfer window. In July, maybe? I think. FM25 delay will lead to TJ's Pokemon addiction. Not a sense I ever thought I'd say. None of us had that one on our sweepstake, did we, Zeep? To be honest, but yes, here we are. Here we are. I know nothing, but my brother has got kids into it really nowadays, but they are 50-50 on it. My 5-year-old is now asking to play Goat Simulator instead. Nice. I see, I've not seen Goat Simulator. Well, I've seen the box of it, and I'm like, are you just a goat? And apparently that's the answer is yes. And I find that weird, but at the same time, yeah, you know, if you're going to be a goat, then fine. Get it cleared. Off the line. Excellent. What was it Veggie saying there? What's the FM equivalent of catching Pokemon? Going to the park and play football? Yeah, probably scouting, actually. Probably just sticker collecting, I'd imagine. Yeah, I'd imagine it's just collecting stickers. Let's not forget that where you farmed ad revenue on YouTube. A monster. I am a monster. I'm an absolute monster. You know. Just everyone should know that if Twitch breaks and your stream goes down, you're to blame. Yeah. Imagine being a goat with Tony Hawk point scoring and literally every 5 and 8-year-old screaming at the TV about their goats. I mean, in a sense, that sounds brilliant. Like, it sounds mental, but it sounds brilliant. I don't understand why a goat's on a skateboard, but then again, I don't need to understand. Hilton's on a yellow card, and he's also, despite saying he's on a 6-8, I don't think he's having a great game, to be honest. There's Bloomer out to Rahimi, inside. Oh, Mohammed in at the near post. How have you managed to score that? Goalkeeper has been absolutely done there at his near post. There's no way we should have scored that one. How's this gone in? Let me have a look. Rahimi inside. Mohammed. Oh, keeper. Awful. Absolutely awful. They're what? They're on Goat Simulator 3 now. Did they not simulate enough goats in Goat Simulator 1? And how did Goat Simulator 2 get made? Never mind 3. The story hasn't been fully told, I don't think, to be honest. We need to simulate goats in a different area. In inner city Manhattan, possibly. I don't know. Goat Simulator. Hovey! Right, where were these performances last week? Hands up who said we should leave, because I'm proving to you right now, we are not leaving. I've been asking how Goat Simulator sold enough to justify a sequel for years. I didn't realise that there was more than one. I've heard of the word Goat Simulator, and I figured it was just one, and that was it. I didn't figure that there was 2 or 3. Ian said we should leave. You're probably right, Ian, to be honest. This is literally a flash in the pan here. You were probably right to say we needed to leave. Let's bring Rahimi off. They skipped Goat Simulator 2. There isn't a Goat Simulator 2. They went straight to 3. What? Well, that makes no sense. How? How did they do that? Why? Like, first of all, okay, so I'm already... Imagine this, okay? I'm on board with the idea of a Goat Simulator. I really enjoy it. Presumably, they try and change to a new engine and can't get Goat Simulator 2 to work. And after a long time, people in the Goat Simulator community get really angry. Goat Simulator podcast doesn't particularly know where it's going to go. And then all of a sudden, Goat Simulator 3. To be fair, the Naked Gun did 2.5 and then 33 and a third. Okay, fair. Do you know what? Would you? If that's what it's based on, then I respect it a lot. If they've went, you know what? This is a homage, then yeah, I'm all down. I'm down for that. I'm down for it. They're begging me to buy them Bee Simulator and demanding when the Ants one's coming out. I don't really know if... I mean, Bee Simulator seems like a lot of work because bees are like industrious. Far more industrious than a goat. Like, what's a goat going to do? If you're saying there that game is them just literally skateboarding around like a goat, Bee Simulator, you've got some serious work to do. You are not mucking about, are you? If you start messing about in Goat Simulator, you're getting ostracized. Yeah? Ultimate goal, make loads of honey. Loads. We tried Bee Simulator and it's hard work. You have to go and find flowers. Well, of course you do. Of course you do. That's literally what I would expect. I would expect it to look like Flight Simulator, but with like a low humming while you're doing it. Oh, Kabashi wants to stay now. Excellent. Now, will you sign a new contract, though? That's the question. What's he on now? He's on 375. Not yet, he's not. Bees, goats, squirrels. Seems like the gaming developers are just nicking animals at this point. Oh, 100%. Like, they've obviously looked at the Goat Simulator, figured, well, that's worked well. Okay, what else can we do? Ant Simulator again. That would be pretty decent. There'd be a lot to happen there on Ant Simulator. Okay. Mahasia is now out for 3 months. He's back in 7 weeks. He's back in rehab phase, but speculation is growing in the club's financial state. I think we cut him, you know. I think we might have to save some money. As disappointed as I'll be to lose him, we're now winning without him there. And he has had a drop off, hasn't he? And we're not getting a full season out of him regardless. Oh, there's only little tiny knocks here and there. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you've got 5 and 8 year olds, then yeah, getting finding a game that they can understand is quite tricky, because our eldest is 6, 7th in July, but he wants to play Minecraft now. He loves Mario Kart. He plays Mario Kart. He plays Mario. They play Mario Party. If you're noticing a theme at any point here. Youngest is the same. They're on board with that. But yeah, eldest now wants to play Minecraft. So United City is teaching me how to play Mario, so that we can then go to him and play Mario. When in doubt, we Mario. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable I think Mario's never steered me wrong. You know what I mean? Mario's got my back. And obviously he plays all the Pokemon games as well. Of course he does. I've not done the Lego games with them yet. Bloomer back inside to Kabashi. Mohammed. Hilscopi. Hovey. Oh, great cross. Mohammed. Penalty. There we go. Get the ball out wide into the area. Cause a bit of damage. 2 minutes in. Rahimi steps up. Smacks it into the top corner. One 0 against the team who were top of the table a couple of weeks ago. They're now going to be the runners-up. And if things finish as they are, then we will finish 4th. And all of a sudden, the league season doesn't look as bad to finish 4th. We could have finished bottom. We can also potentially finish 4th. There's no guarantees. We're going to Darren Smith with a tap-in. If you need something different to play on Friday, I'm around. The missus is out. Ooh, that could work. That could work, you know, Kev. Friday night Minecraft. Let's make that happen. Let me check my... I was going to say, let me check my diary. I'll be streaming. There's nothing else that's on before it that is... We could do that. We could do Friday. Friday Minecraft. I think I'd like that. And then Sunday Skylines. And then the gaming channel's got some content that actually goes on there. Yeah. Oh, I tell you what, that Capone player that they've got, man. This is a hang of a player. I'm going to be live streaming Friday. Yes, live stream Friday and Sunday. So it's looking. There'll be no. So basically, this week we'll do tonight, Friday and Sunday. Yeah. Oh, nearly. So yeah, it's a bit all over the place at the minute. And then I was meant to be, actually, things might work better because I was meant to be away with work in a few weeks, but I've managed to move that. So I'm going to be at home, which means we'll be able to continue some... Oh, no. Deflected in. Own goal. Yeah, so it means we'll be at home and we can do some other bits and bobs as well. Right, so we've gone from 4th back down to 6th now. Okay. Cleared away. Rahimi's on a yellow card. Madianga's not having a good game, is he? Oh, pick that one out. Okay, fair enough. The season's ended. Oh dear. I mean, that is quite a strike, isn't it? Yeah, I'm still gonna write down goalkeeper. Okay. Centre back. I'd say the headline features of Goat Simulator is simply perfect. First one, you can be a goat. Yeah, I mean that pretty much covers it, to be honest. You can be a goat. Paddy Anger's not having a good game at all, is he? Millions of bugs. We're only eliminating the crash bugs. Everything else is hilarious. We're keeping it. Fine. Those who know Minecraft, I should be teaching TJ all about digging straight down, introducing every mob I can possibly find, especially a warden. I mean, this sounds like Kev's going to try and be mean. This doesn't sound like Kev at all. Kev is not a meanie, but maybe in the Minecraft world, maybe he is. The United City's Minecraft, more likely. So what I think we'll do, Kev, is we'll probably set it up so that I'll have the game on my screen, and I'll put your camera into the stream, and then you can watch it through my super shady Discord, and then then we can sort of play it together that way. This is where you meet the real Kev. I think so. I think it's the Ununited City FM, the Ununited City Minecraft. That's what it is, isn't it? The Divided City Minecraft. That's what it is. So there we go. So we've lost on the final game of the season against Inter Turku. We finished 6th, which, yeah, it's not great. The expectation was for us to finish 9th, though. So if anything, we've done okay, possibly. Okay, so that's the end of the season then, which means we now have to do the debrief. Okay, and the debrief is very, very short. You're all shit. You all played badly. 5th best goal scorers. That's a problem. Okay. 5th best conceded is actually better than I expected, given the fact that I'm thinking we need to buy goalkeepers and centre backs. But yeah, midfield needs to be addressed, I think. Central midfield. Forward. And I guess options for wide players. Question mark. You're all crap, pack your bags. There's a lot of truth in that sentence, isn't it, Ian? This is the first area that we need to look at, though. Goalkeeper. Okay. Goalkeeper, just 17 goals conceded in 11 games. Average rating of 6.81. He's fine as a backup. He's on 275 quid a week. In fact, let's make all of the notes here. Okay. You know I mean business when the notepad's out, right? Okay. So Conan, 275. I would say demote to backup. But at 275 quid a week, 275, you kind of want him out of the club, really, because, do you know what I mean? We shouldn't be paying 275 quid for a backup goalkeeper. Will I stay $300,000 in debt, or will we be refilled? Your guess is as good as mine. Mean Wolf, I think we prepare for the worst, and then we move from there, and we see what happens. I mean, we're overspending on wages. Next season's wage budget is $4,800 per week, so it's actually less. I think that probably does spell the end of Malaysia, but let's cross that bridge when we get to it. I think the Zabinden's probably, I think his days are done, although he's got a contract till 2026. Yeah, Zabinden. Goalkeeper, I think release him. Sell. 20 goals conceded in 16 matches, 4 clean sheets. I mean, he let a lot of goals in, and it wasn't good, really. Scrap the scouting budget for a season. Yeah, maybe, but then again, we sort of need the scouts in a sense, really. Although they haven't actually found anybody, that's the problem. They found a player who used to play for us. That's literally how the scouts have gone. Went, oh, he used to play for us. Do you remember him? Like, which is not useful at all. So yeah, so I'd say goalkeeper is a pressing concern. Take trialists. Trialists is always the way to do it, isn't it? Killer Scorpy. Okay, reasonable right back. Out of contract. He's just been okay. He's been okay. He's been consistent, maybe? Or is it just because of the fact that we don't have any other right backs? I mean, he's played 25 games out of the 27 this season, and of course the cup games as well. He makes a decent amount of tackles, 3.17 per game, 7 pressures per match. He's winning 45% of his headers. We do concede a lot of back post headers, so that's not really ideal. So we're out of contract. 27 years old. Could be a concern. Could be a concern. Especially because we don't have any other right backs as well. So we need a right back regardless. Then we get to left backs. So Mahedja. Oh, Mahedja. You know what? If I was playing this game like a football manager and like a business, then he has to go, doesn't he? He's got to go. How do we compare to other teams? I mean, look, we're not overpaying. We're not overpaying. This is the first season we've been, second season, sorry, we've been a professional club. And it's not the way, the 275 quid is not a lot of money. But for us it is, because we don't have 270 quid. And then you've got a player here who's got 500 quid. Who probably deserves that money. But could we get 2 players for the cost of this guy? That's what we've maybe got to look at. I'm just going to write sad face. I think he's got to go. I think we've got to lose him. Yeah, I think it's one of those things for the long-term benefit of the team, he has to leave. Laxonen can play left back, as can Bloomer. Bloomer can play right back if needs be as well, but probably wouldn't want to. Technically, you can't really play left back if you look at him. Like he's not brilliant, you know. He's reasonable acceleration. His jumping reach is pretty poor. His work rate's not very good. His teamwork's not very good. His marking's dreadful. So yeah, he probably can't play fullback, but he is young. Do you know what I mean? He's young, so there is that. And then Laxonen, you could maybe argue as a midfielder, but again, covers everywhere. He can't win the ball in the air. He's doing decent enough for tackles. As expected, assists are quite high, which is good because obviously he does get forward a lot. But he plays every. He's versatile. He's also not actually on a contract at all, so we're not paying him. So that's why we like him. Vigo Bloomer also isn't uncontracted. Isn't with a contract, so that's fine. So let's put little notes there. But them two, they're not costing us anything, so they definitely stay. Then we've got centre back, so Kabashi. I think he wants to leave. He's now a 3rd division level defender, so 6.79. He has slumped a little bit. I like him, but I think he probably isn't as good as I think he is. I think he maybe needs to go back to... He maybe needs to be 3rd choice, possibly. He's been consistent, but he's maybe not the 1st choice centre-back I was hoping for. He is winning the ball in the air, and he's winning the ball back. And he is getting the ball out from defence as well. It's around 3.64 progressive passes per 90 minutes, and he's pressuring the ball, which we like. And he loves to head the ball, as you can see here. Loves to head the ball, which, given the fact he's got jumping reach of 11, he's fine in this league. But he is going to be out of contract, so I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves. I would like him to stay. Saarinen is staying though, so that's good. And he's staying for a while. So we could hopefully make him the... We're expecting he's going to become a proper top division player. 6'5", jump reach of 15, acceleration of 12, but everything else is not brilliant though. His heading's actually only 7, so whilst he can jump, he's not great in the air at present, but form-wise, he's certainly better than Kabashi. But 81% of his headers won, 17.41 possessions won. Expected assists very, very low, clearly. So a proper brute of a centre half. But then we don't have any other centre halves. Do you know what I mean? That's like Lena isn't a centre half. He's probably a midfielder, I think. He's getting paid 300 quid to not play. We've played him 6 times. So I think he probably leaves. DC question mark. 300 quid. Just going to put release. Save some of that money, I think. But then again, there's good attributes here though. Decision making, determination, aggression, leadership, good. But his physicals are just non-existent. Acceleration 9 probably isn't dreadful actually in this division. Intelligent player. Could we get a tune out of him maybe? Teamwork of 5. That's a good 3rd division player at this point. Dreads big matches. Good decision making, good positioning, determined attitude. I'm not seeing it. He's got good mentals for mentoring. He's 24 though, so is he a mentor? I think he's a backup, and in the event of us needing to put someone in, he could certainly do a job. But maybe for less than 300 quid. In fact, a lot less than 300 quid. He's obviously managed to benefit a lot this year, I think. Mido is leaving. He's retiring. He's 38 years old. So he's going. We're not paying him at the minute, so he can head out. When does he retire? Yeah, he's retiring. Actually, he's always retired from international football, sorry. When's his I think he's retiring this season, so let's let him go. Right. Mido's on his way out. Castrati. Yeah, again, he's not. I mean, yeah, composure 6 isn't great. Vision and teamwork, tackling, off the ball. These are all dreadful. But then again, 12 for first touch, fitness, pace. They're decent, but not decent enough, I'm afraid. I can't figure out if 300 quid is good for 8 games. I mean, it's not good for 8 games when you think that we're paying 500 quid for our best player. And even then, he only played 13 games. Okay, so these are some backup players on their way out. Mohamed's already leaving, so we do desperately need a central midfielder. Okay, so he's off to Pescara. So we actually managed to get we have got a decent player in midfield. So he's on his way out. Madianga, we don't know about. Could we keep Madianga? Maybe. £550. We could lower that. Now he's 32. You know, winning possession enough, getting the ball forward. He's not dribbling. He's not winning headers though. Tackling is all right. Could we get him doing the defensive work that Mohamed was doing? Okay, yeah, he's maybe not as good defensively. But he's a bit more physical and a bit quicker. Ironically, Mohamed's got slightly better finishing. So, slightly better long shots for Madianga. His passing's a bit better. His tackling's actually a little bit better. So maybe he could actually do the defensive work. Mentally, he's not as good as Mohamed. So we are going to lose that. But his physicals are better. Right, okay, maybe we move Madianga back. And then we find someone to actually go and put the shift in front of him. Let's see. Does he want to? I don't even know if he's going to want to stay. That's the problem. Wants to commit his future to the club. Okay, that could help. Plays out of defence, uses counter pressing. Right. Playing time, none. Staff role only. Oh, is he? He wants a staff job only. Oh, what? Is he looking at retiring? That's not good. Player staff might not, because we haven't got enough space in the staff until, of course, we start releasing some staff. That goalkeeping coach might have to go. Teddy Sheringham's going nowhere. He's obviously staying. And Pipe can stay as well. Don't think it adds staff, does it? Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah, if you offer them a staff contract, then you need to have a space in the staff for it to take effect. Otherwise, it doesn't work. So right, so we definitely need 2 central midfielders now then, because this young lad here, Kiema, He might be fine in the future, but at the minute he's very, very inexperienced. 20 years old. Decision making, work rate's good. 6'1", he's a leader, but he's very raw. Very raw. Arda Ayan's been on loan, so he's not going to stay with us, sadly. Prince Makuma, like, sort of has enough about him, maybe. Again, that work rate's not brilliant. Even Benji, nice to see you, buddy. He's not dreadful, Prince Makuma, but again, he's not as good as what we're losing, I don't think. We've then got some youngsters. The squad looks fairly bloated because we've moved all the young players into the first team as well. Because that's what we had to do when we had no option for players. Let's literally move everyone in. Hookah. Physically could be fine. Bit of strength and stamina work needed, maybe. Mentals. Again, needs to work on that composure, concentration. Probably not good enough, to be honest. And I think this is what we're noticing now. It's like that lack of quality that's really cost us. Could be see if you get someone better and then get rid. Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is Hovey that we brought in, and he might be okay. You know, 32 years old, bit of experience. He's on 275 quid up front, along with Hambo, who's not actually getting paid at all. So that's decent enough. Maybe we don't make him one of the first choice strikers now. We lower him off. Fagerström, 12 and 24. He's getting paid. He's 240 quid. Let's see if he wants another contract. He does. Can we keep you less than 240? 325? Oof. See if he'll stay on the same wage. Non-promotion release clause. Let's do that. Right, he's happy with that. Okay. So that's the same wage, and of course we'll lose him if we don't get promoted. Mioish, I just don't rate this guy. Set for release. Evening, Harry. Nice to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Welcome in. Bakary Traore. Again, we're not paying him anything. I know I need to press the button on Malaysia. I know I do. Madianga's happy to stay at HIFK. Well, we thought that, but then he's just said he doesn't want to stay. Right, we need a goalkeeper. We need fullbacks. Lena's not going to centre back. Nope. Yeah, Joel Matson's not a player for us. He's somewhere else. We can take him off the shortlist there. Mido taken out. Makuma taken out. Hookah taken out. Lena taken out. Castrati taken out. Abubakar taken out. Oh, it just makes you realise like how little strength and depth we now got when we start taking even players that we didn't want, and we take them out of the thinking. You're like, okay, yeah, we are weak overall. Just okay. So yeah, quite a lot to look at then. Oh, there you go. Oh, cool. We can get Marianga back. Actually, we need bodies. Yes, we definitely do. Definitely do. Will he be a regular starter? A long way from reaching deal. You need a considerable offer. Okay. He wants to be a player and a scout. I don't know if we can be a player and a scout because, I mean, surely if he's not, surely if he's playing, he can't scout. Unless does he know something that we don't? What's his staff attributes like? Scouting. I mean, he's got a fairly extensive knowledge. Judging player potential 6, judging player ability 5. I don't think that's 2. 6 and 6. 6 and 7. He's actually no worse than our actual squads, our actual scouts anyway. So, do you know what? Should we just give him a go? I think we might as well. Who's actually made some reports? He's made some reports. And Lieutenant, right? He's done 2, but he's actually got 2 players that are decent. And your other guy here has brought scouts in for, well, not brilliant players. Europeus. Let's get him back in again, actually, and see. There might be something with him, you know. Honka want him now. Matson don't play there no more. VT Manor. He's out of contract as well. He's not bad, you know, as a playmaker. VT Manor could be someone we like the look of. And Julius Jarvinen. Actually, maybe not him. Right, I'm getting rid of Hoivonen. No. This guy. Right, Marianga wants to be a player scout. Fine. 425 quid. Now that's a problem. How much is he earning so far? I think he's on, was it 370? Or what's his current wage? £550. Right, so he's actually... So we're going to pay him less to also be a scout. Okay. Will he just take another little knockdown? He will. He might have taken a bit less, you know. Right. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? That is not too bad at all. Let's see if we can get VT Manor in, shall we? Is he going to cost us money? No, he's not. 240 quid. How much is he making? Is he currently earning that money already? He's on 240, right? Okay. Might be bringing a midfielder in, possibly. Let's have a look at Europus. There's some bits of interest there, but initial budget £6,000 for the wages and a transfer budget of £1,000. Okay, so there's something. It's not a lot, but it's only just better than nothing. So Europus has got a bit of potential about him. Needs to improve on his dribbling. He needs to become more consistent. He has potential to be a first division player. He's a third divisioner at the minute. We'll have to think about that. We'll have to give him a... I suppose as long as it costs us nothing, then it doesn't really matter, does it? So we've lost some fair weather fans. Good. There's an irony there, isn't there? We've lost them. Social media following is up ever so slightly. Casual fans are in. We're becoming obviously a bit of a hipster club now. Expectations for the season, work with the wage budget. Of course, we're not doing that very well. Glow the club's reputation, we're happy with that. Finished mid-table. They seem to be reserving judgment despite the fact that, well, yeah, we were in the bottom half technically, weren't we? But accept the current vision still, because repair the club's financial damage. That sounds a lot like get rid of Mahaja, doesn't it? If Mahaja, team leader Mohammed goes, Madianga's stayed, Saarinen stays. What we expecting for next season then. Mid-table. Hate that it's seen as the manager's responsibility. Yeah, exactly, yeah. So your job is to repair the club's financial damage. No, I think you'll find that that's your job as the board of directors to make sure that we have some money. Mid-table, that's fine. They're happy enough with that. Let's see what the thought is then. So we make good decisions as a rule. Okay. Goalkeepers don't like to punch the ball. There are players in the team who are good at jumping. There's room at the transfer budget. 34 from 80 assists have come from crosses. Hilton is the best of 4 good options to play on the right side of midfield. So that leads me to suggest that potentially we need a right sider. Because I wonder whether we move Hilton and inside. Because his crossing's not very good. That's the problem. He's been playing out wide because we've needed to play somebody out there. Traore is not quite good enough. We could move Hilton and technically in where Madianga was playing. So Hilton would go in there, possibly. And instead of maybe being a box-to-box, he maybe becomes just a central midfielder on support. Yeah, and then we look to recruit a wide player. So we remove Mohammed. We could do that possibly, and then that's a little bit more balanced. Rahimi out of contract. I suppose we have to really try and keep him, don't we? We can't lose Madianga and Rahimi, I don't think. He's performing well above average. So for this level, I mean, look at that. Look at that green there. Coming into form. Expected assists is high, goals is high, progressive passes is high. Yeah, 325 quid. It would would be brilliant to get him down to 300, but 250. Oh, sign on the dotted line. We're saving money. Right, Hiltonen's on 250. Kabashi we don't know about yet. Let's see if he wants to talk. He does. Regular starter maybe. Happy with that. He's on. What's he on? Is he on 300? Kabashi's on 375. He'll take 275. 250 maybe? Would you go for 250? $275. Look, we'll still save some money. We'll still save some money. Evening, Chris. How are you, my friend? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Pleasure to have you in, sir. Hope you're well. Welcome to Finland. Welcome where we're trying to basically keep my sanity. It's been a tough all end to the season, to be honest. Mr. Tinney's here as well. Hello, Mr. Tinney. Welcome in. Welcome in. 6 months there. Sorry, 5 months. Sorry, on the sub. Very kind of you. Appreciate that. All of the anti fake engagement crowd are in tonight. I'm loving it. Loving it. Pleasure to see you. Yeah, we've just finished the season in Finland, and we're trying to retain some of our players. We don't want to keep all the players. Not all of them are very good. But we're trying to keep some of them, and just seeing if they'll take a little bit of reduction in wages. And all of them are saying, "Yeah, fine. Give us some, give us less money, and we'll stay," which is great. Lena 250 again. I'm not. He might be a secret weapon in a way, but I don't know if he is or not. First touch, passing, vision. You know what? He probably should be fine, actually. Let's... 240. Again, we've saved a bit of cash on him. Yeah. There was a risk of relegation at one point. There was. There was a risk. Yeah, there shouldn't have been really in the grand scheme of things, but there definitely was a risk. Last season we finished third, so we overachieved last year. So that's the thing, you see. And then this year, I think we've been very much more of what you would expect us to be, and therefore that's where we found ourselves. I am going to ask a question of Maheja. He's on 5. He's on 500 quid. What would we agree? What would we agree if he comes back and says 300 quid? He stays, doesn't he? Or do we just... I mean, we've got to repair the financial damage, haven't we? I haven't just made it work now because I didn't do anything this afternoon. What you need to do, Mr. Tinney, is you need to get yourself an editor. There's a great one in the chat. I don't know if he's looking for more work or not, but certainly would recommend. Cronster, starting a new save, wanted a bit of advice. Okay, go for it. Go for it. What advice are you after there, Cronster? What's this, a save in which you can sign players? Easy mode for TJ. I've not signed anybody just yet, though, have I? 275. Everyone, who said Maheja had to go? This man loves the club. He's willing to stay. He's halved his wages pretty much. We've got to agree it. He has to stay. He didn't take the extra knockdown. But, oh, Kevin Major. Oh, I hope this injury that he's got isn't career-threatening. But anyway, look, he might be coming back. That'll be good. Facilities have been downgraded. Excellent. God. Honestly, this club can't get any worse. Can't get worse. Don't say that out loud, TJ, because you know it can. You absolutely know it can. What were they before? I think before they were abysmal, and now they're atrocious. So what have we got? Our basic corporate facilities, adequate training, and below average youth. I mean, no shit. Having looked at the standard of the youth players that have come through, I'm not surprised. Average academy coaching and fairly basic youth recruitment. Again, have been converted in sheep shit. I think so. I think what they've done is they've even taken the candle away so that we can't see in the dark. We've now just got to just trust our own judgment. So, sort of fair, I guess, really. It makes sense. Saving money by not having facilities. Yeah, it's an interesting way of doing it. Going, hey, you're practically saving money by not having these facilities. I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. If we don't have them, we can't be accused of spending money. Smart. Very smart. Verneri Merlianen is a player I can't pronounce. But he could he's maybe a footballer, possibly. He doesn't get stuck into rough challenges. Oh, maybe not then. He'd be a practical signing. He's not particularly strong. His heading's not great. His jumping reach is fine. His anticipation's decent, but practical signing. He left us. He's already left us. He's a deserter. We might bring him back in. We'll see. Linus Eslander. Now, he's been on our list of players to look at for loan simply for the fact that he's 6'5". Okay, that for me seems to suggest that he would be worth a look at, but they don't want him to play for us, unfortunately. Jonathan Gushev. Again, not massively interested in joining us, I don't think. I wish they'd show the facilities like basic corporate as a tier. Yeah, I think they should just literally say like we have had to take away your office. You know, we've now imposed working from home because we can't justify having you here. I'd like them to say that. Luhella, 2 appearances, 1 goal for Yarrow. Well, Yarrow, you know, we're a decent side. He's not played a lot. In fact, he's not played for a couple of years, actually. He's quick. He can cross a ball. We've looked at him before. He's out of contract in the at the end of the season. I think we tried to sign him just before our transfer ban. I think that's what happened. Johansson, we definitely tried to get on a trial. I don't think he was interested in coming. I've taken away our partition wall next to the toilet cubicle to make an open plan. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, don't mind the smell of shit. That's just ambience now. It's just how it's going to be. Just how it's got to be. You know, it's very Scandinavian. It's what they do now. They walk around and they just, you know, embrace everything. It allows them to think freely. Are you sure? Because it does smell a lot like shit around here. Well, you know, one man's shit is another man's shit. You just can't fully explain what gets people in the state of flow. It's not shit, it's character building. yeah. It's deep words. It is, isn't it, Kev? Isn't it? You know, it's quite surprising that I can do philosophy on a Monday. Normally that's a Tuesday thing. Tuomi's not good enough. Haskanainen. Oh, we'd like him, but 2026, we're never going to have him. Especially not as a first teamer. And a good player. Uslander. Again, another player that probably isn't going to come to us on loan. No. We should have clipped this up for future generations. We should have done. You can do. You can go back and clip. Everybody has access to clipping function around here. Elliot Holmang. Quick, aggressive, can finish, good first touch. That'll do. That seems like that'll do for us. Doesn't see the full picture. Doesn't need to. He's quick. So you got wins the ball, scores goals. Yeah. And he can head apparently. Hello, Elliot Holmang. Would you like to come and play for HIFK? I only feel like 250 quid seems to be the average price for everybody. Seppänen. We don't know much about Seppänen. These are obviously players we've had on our shortlist, by the way, so. Jean Souza de Almeida. A little bit of Brazilian flair from Honka. Or is it just to bribe editor Chris into producing well-made edits of TJ's wisdom? Oh, honestly, I mean, I know that Chris does Lelujo's live streams, but I would feel bad for Chris having to sit through this and then try and dissect what he could make out of it. In fact, you know what? Maybe that would be. I'd be quite interested to see what he'd come up with. Right, TJ, I've made you a video of your stream, and it's 4 seconds long. It'll be a minefield. I've not said anything libelous today. Today. Can you imagine if he was here for the Do Panthers purr? Yeah, that was a good one. I've not even mentioned Denise Van Outen yet. We get into the Denise Van Outen thing on Patreon this week, by the way, because obviously not everyone knows what's going on with that, but it is mentioned. Sandro Tavares, get him in. Maybe Europass might be the Frank Lampard conspiracy theories. Yeah, Lampard was the one as well. We've mentioned quite a few things that have, you know, that would be questioned by certain people. As long as Chris doesn't forget to post his prices. Well, he's too busy pulling pints, isn't he? You know, at his job. Unbelievable gall of the man to be employed. How dare you, Chris? How dare you? Do you know what I mean? You come around here with your national insurance contributions. You disgust me. What an absolute bastard. Yeah, oh yeah. God. It's ridiculous. And he's done his tax return on time. There's also the meaning of life and why death's scary all in 1 week. We did do that. We did. And then there was also the Viaduct chat, which I actually think he'd have been fine with. I think editing that would have been fairly easy. Probably just do it long form. You know, not that you would though, of course, because as everyone knows, YouTube doesn't like that. It can tell. It can tell when you're talking as if you're on a live stream, rather than talking as if you were on a YouTube video. Good, isn't it? YouTube's really clever. ChatGPT knows all. Yeah. And if you're the sort of loser that uses AI, then, you know, have a word with yourself. Talvietti doesn't want to come on trial just yet, but he is out of contract at the end of the season, so we might wait for that. Sappinen, he's not going to come. Okay, Jonsson might potentially come on trial, possibly. We'll see. Oh, he's okay. He's going to come. I wonder if he's any good. I wonder. My initial thoughts is that he's not going to be any good. Exciting prospect who could improve. Okay, Mr. Oscar Dagger. Plays in several positions, has a bit of pace, balanced and normal person. Oh, he's normal. Oh, it's a shame it was going so well until that point. Let's see what comes up with that then. And Luella Benjamin is apparently a fringe player, but again, is quick. So that's good enough for me. Yeah. VT Manor is going to sign for us. So vision's reasonable. Passing's fine. First touch is good. Teamwork and positioning's good. Balance is good. Acceleration's good. Maybe he needs to just up his composure a little bit. But I think for this level, that's not bad. That's not a bad player. VT Manor. And he's playing at Yopsh as well, who are... Where did they finish? All right. Well, they were seventh, so fine. He can kick a football. Get him in. For someone who's 6'1", his strength is shite. Well, yeah, maybe he's a runner, Chris. Like, because I know loads of people who, unfortunately, take up running rather than weightlifting, and that's like you see them. They're all spindly. They don't look well, They don't look well, but they seem to convince themselves that they're doing. I'm on the couch to 5k. I might do a half marathon one day. I'm signing up for the round the town 10k. Yeah. Like, you shouldn't mock them. You shouldn't mock them. But as I've said before, you could do a marathon with no training. You couldn't lift 200 kilos. You couldn't deadlift 200 kilos with no training. Yeah. You could, and allow me to confirm, you could finish a marathon with no training. You wouldn't run it, and it wouldn't be a great time, but you could get from point A to point B with no training. But you cannot lift 200. You cannot lift 200 kilos off the floor if you've never done it before. Right, Maddie Angers signed his reduced contract. I started the couch to 5 day. One day I'll get off the couch. Yay! They're called Snickers now, TJ. Not been marathons for a while. Oh, bang, 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 bang. Look at this. Like Vic and Bob and another one. We're very happy that Maddie Angers got rid of his £0 release clause, which nobody took advantage of, by the way. A couple of younger players signed. Palace still showing up as one of the players to be attracted. Maheja locked down. Oh. The chance of more playing time is a considerable factor in his decision. Like, literally, you are our star player. You will play when you are fit. The fact that you've agreed to reduce your wages by half is incredible. Rahimi has reduced his wages as well. Even Linner. We might use him this year, Unfortunately, I think that means that Makuma's going to have to go, so... Matata, I don't know. He can leave. Hipponen isn't even at our club, so there's a slight glitch here where he keeps showing up but we can't actually play him. Actually, I wonder if he'll if we try and bring him in, would that make any difference? Who are KTP? They're in the top division. Okay. So yeah, right. So Miok is on his way out. He's been released, as has Makuma. Lena, Saarinen still there, right? We need a centre back in, don't we? We still need a centre back to come through and partner Saarinen somehow. Who that's going to be, I don't know. Let's look at the league, shall we? Who's gone up? Have they decided that yet? Nistan were promoted as champions. Honka and Jazz. Or Honka have stayed up by the looks of it. Let's go to stats. Detailed players. So centre backs is what we're looking for, isn't it? So defenders. Key headers probably being the most important one, I'd imagine. So Lakamaki. Jump and reach 12 to 20. That'll do. I don't need to know any more than that. Physical defender. What's his 81% of his headers won. 17 possessions. Progressive passes 4.24. Expected assist. He's doing everything that Kabashi's not doing. Oh, he's in the First Division Championship. Well, that's where we are. Right. Everyone, this could be our guy, irrespective of it. Oh, no. Can't sign him because he's on loan. Brilliant. But Lituk Orpi from Honka. He's out of contract. 27 years old. Wins 81% of his headers. Doesn't win as many possessions. His assists is quite high. Again, loaned. Timur Palmashto. At least he's got the decency to tell you that he's got a contract, you know? But again, looks decent. Toppy Keller. Again, he's got a decent contract. He's just showing off with his contract. In it just like, ooh, look at me. You know, I can afford my rent. Like, yeah, pathetic. He's on loan from Lati, so he's got a contract as well. Show off. Dodge, duck, dip, dive. Dodge, the new fairway. There could be the Brazilian new gens. Okay, so everyone here appears to have a contract, which I don't believe would be the situation. Not everyone in the division has a contract. Miguel Nazaret, we loved him. We looked to him before our ban now. Oh, is he going to be someone we can maybe get a look at, though? He is out of contract. 6'1", Colombian. So he might actually be able to partner Saarinen. Yeah, so where are we down? So he's joint 12th for key headers won. What else have we got then with defending? So maybe things like blocks, possibly. Valtteri Olsbo. Long-term contract left. Maresh. long-term contract. Hermione. I mean, this guy looks like he's probably got a bit of everything. Jarkko Hymanen, 27 years old. Yes, granted, he's got a couple of bits of lower ratings. He's got determination, leadership. Marking's not great. But physically, he's pretty decent. He's played for us before. This could be a guy. This could be a guy for us. He would cover for a few positions. Aggressive. What's his analysis like? Where's he normally been playing? Fullback, possibly. Wins his headers well. Wins 70% of his headers. Wins the ball back. Doesn't really get many assists, so maybe he's more of a defensive fullback, but... Or... What's he looking like as a defensive midfielder? 300 quid. What do we reckon? What do we reckon? Look at me with my green bits on the wheel and my high and mighty contract. It makes me sick. It's disgusting, isn't it? It's absolutely disgusting. I think he's not bad, you know. He's a hell of a utility man. He is, isn't he? And he wants to be a fringe player. He's a master of none. He is a master of none, but... Ooh, there's the problem. He wants more money than everybody that we've now got on the books. I'll offer him 250, right? He wants 6 players' wages. That is a fair shout, actually. That's a good point. And £130 appearance fee as well. Right, let's just do this. And if he doesn't take it, then we'll wait until he gets released and has no club, and then we'll see if he comes crawling back. Yeah, already he wants less money. No, walk away. Walk away. He lowered down to 375 though. Yeah, he was an expensive executive producer coordinator in the documentary as well. Yeah, he's and he wants, like, you know, future earnings and all that sort of stuff. He wants a prenup. There's loads of things he wants, and it's just, you know, a lovely car park space. Get none of it, mate. None of it. Shots blocked. That's what we like. There's Saarinen. Keller is there for a year. Kabashi, see, our defenders were getting in the way of the ball. Samba Benga. Good name. Dennis Kachichi. Is he? I thought 5'5" as a defensive midfielder. I was like, oh, my word. Elias Michal. Pontus Lindberg. Do you know what it is, right? Pontus Lindberg just sounds like he should be good, doesn't he? It's like that's like a proper name. Like, if you're called Pontus Lindberg, you're probably all right. Alexander Lexel as well. Jumping reach 2 to 10, acceleration 9 to 17. That is a wide range, isn't it? 5'5", make him captain. I think you're right. The kids will be taller for the mascots. Elias McCall. Right, we're scouting him. tackles won per 90 minutes. Or pressures attempted, pressures completed maybe. Actually, no, I don't mind pressures attempted actually. I can't sign him, his name's too big. There's Andrea Capone. Oh, is he a bit? Ooh. Oh. Oh. It was never going to happen, was it? Never going to get there. Anthony Hootanen. 7 assists. He's on loan. There is options of loaning players as well, isn't there? We might have to consider that possibly. What are the defensive things do we like? Interceptions, key tackles. Let's look at key tackles. It's not necessarily the metric we'd be looking at normally, but how many last season's squad are you keeping? At the minute, do you know what? At the minute, Kev, it looks like there's more than I was expecting. So I was expecting to lose most of them, but we've met. Sarinen's got a long-term contract. Goalkeeper, we're going to remove. We want to get a new goalkeeper in if we can. So ideally, I'd like to put him on the bench. He's out of contract, so we could lose him. Kabashi, I would like to put out to pasture. Bloomer, we're going to replace with Maheja, so Maheja's decided to stay. Hilascorpi, if we can get a better right back, that would be great. Madianga's agreed to stay and he's agreed to do some scouting. Hiltonen, maybe more of a rotation role in the midfield. Rahimi stays. Hovey and Fagerström up top. So we've probably kept, what's that, 2, 4, 6, 7 of the first team. We probably need like 7 again, I think. And then to have some players like who are a reasonable quality in the coming through as well as backups, that would be really helpful. I think we maybe go for the Colombian defender that I was talking about. What was he called again? He was called. Did he play for? Who did he play for? Let's go back into the stats. Here, Nazareth. Let's get a trial on him, see if we can get him in. But yeah, he might be the guy actually as well, because lots of headers, lots of winning, gets the ball forward. I think he might be the one. I suppose the question then is, what do we look for in a midfield? In fact, look, there you go. They're going to come in and have a little nosy about. 2 29-year-old centre backs. Lexell, fringe player in the prime of his career apparently. Not great. But Nazareth. Kabashi's signed a new deal. I wonder, would Nazareth there be a good foil or an extra bit of competition, possibly? We don't quite know enough about Nazareth just yet, but possibly. Reject that. We don't need that. Honker have beaten Jazz, so they stay in the division by the looks of it. Yeah. And Inter Turku don't get promoted, so they stay in the division as well. They're beaten by TPS. So Salpa Solo have gone down. Nistan have gone up. Fagerström can leave for no money. Maybe we sort of keep that as it is. Maybe we try and put him a new contract in. Actually, will he take a new deal, do you reckon? I mean, he's on, what's he on? 270 quid, I think it was it? Oh, he's on 240. So, if we can lower his wages, or even just keep them at 240, 275. Oh, I got 240, and he doesn't have a release clause in. See, look, as rubbish as the players are, I think they know that they can't go anywhere else, so they're just going, to be honest, TJ, whatever you want us to do and sign, we'll just sign it. That seems totally fine. Yarvin Larty, defensive winger. Crossing's good, acceleration's good, anticipation, concentration, off the ball, teamwork. This all looks very promising, doesn't it? Can dribble the ball. He scores a couple of goals. He's an interesting player, this one. Playing for Yarrow. Can struggle when faced with shooting opportunities on the edge of the box. Okay. Out of contract as well. Compare him with, who have we got on the wing? Hiltonen. So he's a bit quicker, a little bit more physical. Ironically, he's not as good defending or technically as Hiltonen, but he is better at crossing, much better concentration, but lacking in decision making. Really lacking in decision making, to be honest. His vision's not as good. His fitness is nowhere near as good. He doesn't look like much of an upgrade, does he? In fact, he looks like pretty much the same player. Yeah, he looks fine. Simon Strenstrad looks like a better option because he's 6'4" and he can play everywhere. But he's contracted until 2026. And that doesn't help anybody, does it? Would he come on loan, maybe? Ooh. Well, there you go. Let's take him on loan. We don't have to pay anything. And he covers every position, I think. Yeah, 6'4", plays all over the place. Free. I think that's the best way to do it, isn't it? TJ's Land of the Giants is starting to take shape a little bit. What are we thinking about this Europas lad? I'm not sure if he's got enough in him. The physicality doesn't seem to be there, and I'm trying to not be swayed by stars, especially when it says potentially first division standard. Now, we're in the first division, so he's only potentially as good as that in the future. That doesn't seem like it's good enough for me right now. So yeah, maybe we have to rethink that one. But we might have brought some better players in already. Potentially. Let's have a look at our goalkeepers then. So who's got the best expected goals? Expected goals conceded per 90 minutes. Mikkonen, that's Sao Paulo. Salpasalo, sorry. Quatamo. Karpar. 29 goals conceded in 13 games. Can offer him a trial. See if he might fancy a loan. Mikkonen maybe. I wonder if he fancies 1.9, 1 to 9 for handling. No. Linas. 53 goals conceded for Otso Linas. Valaya. Now this is the guy that Musterman said about, you know, Vitala. So we'll maybe keep our eyes open for him. Someone who's maybe an option for loaning in the future. That's from Frankfurt. Let's see about that, shall we? Vitanen. How do these players rank next to the current top teams in your league? Are they going to take yourself closer to them? I mean, my squad, if we look at its comparison, this is going to shock you, Kev, right? Some of what you're about to see will scare you to your very core, okay? You can't see it behind my head. You can if I turn this off, right? We have the cheapest squad known to man, okay, and women. We have the lowest wages and the lowest value, okay? But we have probably the best average age in the squad, the highest average age, okay? We have the third tallest team in the league. If we look across the board, now we're starting to get into the worrying bits. Aggression is high. Second most aggressive team in the league. We have the 6th highest leadership, which is just behind my head. The worst for teamwork. The worst for strength. 7th in the league for strength. 7th in the league for decision making. Aggression isn't bad if you don't know what to do with it and if you're not very strong. So basically what we've got a lot of like angry small men who are tall but behave like small men. British people, as they're known, on holiday. First touch isn't particularly good either. Our passing's not very good. But we're angry. So there's that. In terms of goalkeepers, they can kick the ball really, really far. But they're not that good with their hands. And they're 7th for command of area. And they are 9th for throwing. So that doesn't really help. Defensively, jumping reach is fine. 4th in the league for jumping reach. 9th for marking. We don't like to really keep track of our runners. We're 8th in the league for positioning. And we are 7th in the league for strength. Average pace at 5th and 5th for acceleration as well. 8th in the league for tackling. 7th for heading. So we can jump really high, but we can't head the ball. And we also don't really like marking or sort of being aware of what's happening. Midfield wise, if you do it that way, so I suppose low marking and positioning is a double whammy. It's the worst, isn't it? Midfield, we can tackle. 4th in the league for tackling. That's fine. But stamina is killing us. 8th in the league. And teamwork with 9th. Not very good. Ironically, Nistan, who won the league, they're the 11th. Oh, so they're the best, sorry. So, yeah, they're doing fine. Technique isn't great. Decision making is fine as 3rd. Long shots is 4th. So midfielders are okay, really. Defence, I suppose, if you take all that other thing off. Defensively, it looks even worse when you've just got defenders on there. We've got the quickest defenders in the league, apparently. But the worst markers and the worst headers. And then up front, strikers-wise, it looks shocking. fifth for finishing, fifth for long shots, seventh for headers, seventh for jumping, seventh for anticipation, eighth for off the ball, ninth for pace, and seventh for acceleration. So not good. And then physically as a team, worst for balance, worst for fitness, seventh for strength, ninth for stamina. This team might be a bit shit. Yeah. They absolutely are, Chris. They absolutely are. So when you're saying how do we stack up against the rest of the league, we are actually overperforming given how bad we are. We are the lowest for teamwork, with ninth for concentration. We've got the lowest, eighth for free kicks, and ninth for marking. I don't know how we survived. I don't know how we've managed to get as many points as we've got. Because, yeah, we are dreadful. But is that not the fun bit? I think that's the fun bit. I think how we've managed to make ourselves work is the good bit. There is definitely room for improvement. I don't think it can get any worse. I mean, I could be wrong. Obviously, I could be wrong, but yeah, who knows? I would be deeply upset if it wasn't worse. Oh, Nordqvist. It's a player from Oh yeah. Hambo played in goal for a little bit, didn't he? He could have broken him in a bit more gently. Yeah, yeah. Well, I figured if if Chris is going to be editing stuff, he's going to need to know what's happening, really, isn't it? You need to know what you're dealing with here. Mikkonen, 1.9. Linker, we've got him on the shortlist. Hootanen is probably not going to. He's clearly the first choice goalkeeper. Nordqvist, will put him on the shortlist actually, just in case, because you never know. I know he's playing in the division below, but he might be interesting. Again, we might be able to get JJK's goalkeeper to come to us. 19 goals, conceding 14 games. Where did JJK finish? 4th. Maybe we go for their goalkeeper as well. We need a tactic as a high line for the pacey defenders, a long ball approach, so no teamwork is involved, like passing too much to each other, and a ball in the air most of the time for the big guys. This sounds like my Kev Ball tactical approach. It's 100%, isn't it? It's like, it's TJ 101. If we, as I say before, and I've joked on, if we've touched the ball twice, we've already made a mistake. That's how we need to look at this. If you're going to touch the ball twice, the second time better to be booted in the stands. I don't want anybody trying to pass into space, and thinking that's the right thing to do. It's very Brian Clough. I'm here for it. Oh, you better believe. Some people call it agricultural. I like to call it turn of the 4th century. There's just no other way. There's not. It's how football was meant to be played. Desperation ball. I'm glad I reread that, because at first I read it as depression ball, and I was like, yeah, you could be right, actually. You could be right. Okay, so we're nudging towards some element of the transfer window opening up, maybe. Man City's youth set up, blah, 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 blah. Oh, look at me, I'm Man City. Pathetic. Again, if you've got, we don't even know what's going to happen to Man City. They've not, it's not been declared in the in this universe yet. Yeah, we can all presume it's nothing. Okay, man. I don't think he's going to be good enough, 240 quid, I don't think he's going to be good enough. Right, Teddy Sheringham needs a new contract. Of course he does. Let's keep everyone at the club as well. I'm not against change. I'm not against keeping the backroom staff as they are. That works for me at the minute. Well, they're suggesting we get rid of the physio. Okay. Mr. Maggio, how are we, sir? Welcome. Are you well? It's nice to see you. I'm going to be seeing a lot of you this week, aren't I? How's Finland? Finland is finished. Well, no, it's not. No, no, we're fine. The season's ended. It feels weird talking about this because we spoke about it on the podcast last night to come out on Thursday. So, spoiler alert, by the way, for anyone who's watching the podcast this week, we stay in Finland. Yeah, so we've decided to stay, and what we've done is we've gone back through all the players we've got and renegotiated a load of contracts to try and save some money. It does like this. It looks a lot like the Swedish team because they are built and founded by the Swedish population of Helsinki. So they do have an affiliation with IFK, which obviously explains the badge. Unfortunately, we don't have them as an affiliate, which would have made complete sense. But don't worry, we've got awful facilities, so there is that. Yeah, and then our facilities have since then been downgraded. So they were bad. They're now worse. The plan is to repair the club's financial damage, which is going to be interesting. We'll see how that works. But we didn't finish the season bottom. We finished it 6th, right? Which is not brilliant. We were expected to finish 9th. So it's still an overachievement. But given the fact we were 3rd last year, and we could have finished 4th on the last day of the season if it wasn't for a defeat to Inter Turkey, who finished 2nd. So yeah, it's all right. We've got a little bit of a clear out to do. Keep some players, let some players go, and yeah, just try and bring the money side of things down a bit and hope for the best, I suppose, really. How about yourself? How's life been treating you since yesterday when we last spoke? So Strensrad's coming on loan. He's not costing us a penny, which is good. That's very, very good business. So we might look to try and get another couple of loans in, see if that'll help us flesh the squad out a bit. So Fagerström has agreed a new deal. Ricky Markey doesn't want to come to us. That's fine. Players, the fans seem happy enough, as do the board. Good response to a goalkeeping advert. 776. It's 6s but a mustache. There's extra bonus points. 8s might be enough, but let's just keep it going for now. There's Lakamaki, who we know is good, but isn't going to come to us at all. Makal. It's not going to go on loan at this point. PC has decided I've been too lucky. 4 consecutive red cards and the webcams died midstream. Yeah, I definitely think that's the computer trying to tell you something, Si. Agreed. My computer tried to tell me something during this 4-month period here, and it was, whatever you're doing isn't working. And I wasn't happy with it. I was like, surely we could do better than this. No, apparently was the answer. We couldn't. It's just how it was going. So yeah, so I'm not sure how much longer we've got until the start of the season. I think it's quite a bit of time. So it's going to be some not some holidaying or simulating. But there's Oscar Dagger Jonassen, sorry. Very, very quick. Decent decision making, decent passing. He's out of contract. Breakthrough prospect. Everybody wants 250 quid. Lahula. So Hilda Scorpius signed his new deal. Yarvanen's not looking great. Carla Conan, they said, gave him a new deal because he's one of our best players. I mean, he's not one of our best players. He's our current goalkeeper. That's where he currently is. Let him be the first choice, but for now it's 275 again. I don't. Oh, it's only 17 goals in 11 games, though. It's not that bad, but he's also not. He's also not that good. What we're trying to do, we're trying to change it to be the first team goalkeeping coach. Right, hang on, right. Cancel that. What the hell's this? Who's Leroy Maluka, the fitness coach? Where's he come in from? Great. Now we've got no goalkeeping coach. Oh, God. Oh, dear. Right, can we have a goalkeeper? Can we have a goalkeeping coach, please? This is gonna be really worrying this season without a goalkeeping coach. But hey, I've been offered the chance to work for free again for another year, so that's good. 4 years in Finland, not a single penny earned. And some people suggest that I only do this for the money. So, do you know what I mean? I'm clearly proving that not everything is financially motivated. Okay? So, I'm going in with it. And I can't even move it up to £1. Had clause, percentage of club compensation required for managerial role. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, my buyout clause is 0. How will I afford a Discord? Well, this is the problem. I shouldn't have bought Discord before going to Finland. Yeah. Can't afford it. Can't afford to go to Finland. So yes, here I am then with my brand new 1 year, no pound a week contract. You've signed a contract. You must be very excited. I am still here. Stream to earn my money. Well, yes, this is the thing. Apparently that's what I do. The board are not happy to do that given the club's financial situation. Okay, cool. Then let's just hope that we don't concede that many goals. Johansson will join in January. Unison. Okay, that's fine. He's versatile, so I can wait until January for that. That's fine. Just means the reindeer meat smuggling side hustle continues, which, to be fair, sounds like a band that I would be part of. Let's compare Nazareth with Kabashi, shall we? Nazareth, better in the air, little bit better mentals, better physicals, more determined. Not as good a leader though, but at least he can head the ball. Let's compare him with, who else have we got here? Is it Lakami? No, I haven't got Lakami. Leshkel. Oh, Leshkel doesn't look any good. Really. I say he doesn't look any good, really. He sort of does. The jumping reach isn't brilliant, but the heading's fine. I think Nazareth nudges it, doesn't he? Can we afford another centre half? £240. There we go. Right, we're literally throwing money at the problem here. I think. Thinking, can we get a squad that might be able to compete somewhere? I don't know is the answer. Okay, goalkeeper is re-signed. We definitely want to find a goalkeeper if we can. I mean, we've been able to bring players in, so we don't have to worry about the youth right now. It's not a youth only save anymore. But Nazareth is in. When does the league start? If these players are moving in January. Alright, yeah, the league must start. Pre-season's in February, so okay, we are now in the position where I think we've managed to bring a reasonable amount of players in. I think we've got a good setup. We have brought a striker in. I don't know whether it's going to be the best striker, but we've also got Hovey, who's going to have a little bit more time to settle himself in. We could still do with a goalkeeper. We have brought a centre half. We have got wide players. We've got centre midfielders. Yeah, maybe we look like we might be set. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if that is the case or not. Right, I'm going to class this now as the end of season 3 save. Okay. Which reminds me, I need to do an end of season 1 and end of season 2 video. to get those put together so we can get some YouTube bits out. How's the season preview looking? So when they actually sign for the club, that's when we'll know. I think because at the minute, I think that it's still gonna show us. Yeah, it's still showing us as 9th because they're not actually in the club yet. So as long as we can sort of like get through, Strenzard has come and he's basically able to play everywhere. So where's his best position? I'd say midfield actually. But he's 6'4". His position is yes. Yeah, it's going to be fine. Peter Heikkinen. Oh, he's joining HIFK. Oh, he is coming to us. Excellent. Yeah, so I guess if we can get a goalkeeper now, that would be perfect. And then I'd actually probably say that we're maybe done until the season starts, and then we realise that we've got no players because everyone's going to leave or something, or get upset and want to move out. On the plus side, I can't see any of our players being wanted by anybody else, so that's not a concern. I don't really think that Pipe should be leaving, and Teddy Sheringham certainly shouldn't. This whole thing with Leroy Maluka could be a concern, but then again, we do need fitness. I just have to. Is this a nice way of saying our players are rubbish? Yes. I'm gonna go without a goalkeeping coach this year. See if that works. I don't think it will, but it seems like a thing. I heard for lower leagues you need to activate the MLS because of so many amateurs in the USA. Not that I know of. Not that I know of. That might be true, but it's not something I've ever considered. Can anybody else shed any light on that one? As I say, first I've heard of that. It may well be true, but couldn't tell you. Elliot Holmang, he's going to be one of our players coming in. Albin Mehmeti, he's not going to sign for us. Capone is definitely still not going to be part of it, is it? No, shame. To be fair, not that we can probably afford him, to be honest. Seb Larsson's wanted by HJK. I mean, it's understandable. He's why would you not want him? Zabinden. Trying to offer him out. Again, he's probably not dreadful for our level, but that doesn't really say much, you know. I wonder what the job situation is looking like, just out of curiosity. Hadjik Splitter looking for a job. Radek Kralov looking for a manager. Cupes in the Finnish top division. Can't imagine we'll be anywhere near that consideration, but could be an interesting one. And Boluspor in Turkey. Telecom Egypt. Yeah, I mean, look, we're not going to be moving anywhere. We are, as I said before, we're a half a star manager in a 1.5 star team. So we're here to stay for a long time. Yeah, right, release Lindorf's and then try and bring a new physio in. Advert for physio done. Still nobody there for goalkeepers. Right. Take all this off because they're not actually bothering, are they? They're not looking for anybody. The two Turkish lads did alright for us, but can't see them coming back, sadly. I think that's them done. Estlander, yeah, he's not coming to us, unfortunately. Which doesn't really matter though, because we've got some big players coming in instead. So clubs in Finland release players. Emil Tendeng, Robin Sid. No goalkeepers there though, so I think maybe we try and loan a goalkeeper in. That might be the plan. Get someone who's not going to cost us anything. The board are disappointed about the dressing room atmosphere due to a lack of support from you and the squad. I mean, that's a bit unfair. Do you know what I mean? They're unhappy, not enjoying their football. Well, you're not playing football anymore at the minute, so I don't really understand why you're kicking off. Yeah. Let's look and see if we got goalkeepers listed for loan. I don't like using this sort of filter here. I might have used the director of football instead, actually. Cavisto. JPS. Actually, let's do that. Let's go to the, where is it? Director of football. Suggest me a goalkeeper for loan, please. Ivo Kashina, 6'6", Croatian. That sounds positive, doesn't it? Hyar Hermansson, 6'4", Icelandic. Oscar Varney, 6'5" from Reading. Okay, then let's see if we can loan a striker as well, shall we? Isaac Olalele, 5'9". No. Gotug Erdem, 6'3", Turkish. Maybe. Berke Cesar. Interesting. We had a couple of Turkish lads in last season, so potentially we'll see. What about wide players? Niko Garic, 5'6", Croatian, who'd come in from the same club as Kashina. Kenji Nakata, 5'4", Japanese player. That could be interesting. And Hjartansson, Icelandic. Maybe he's a fullback as well. Right. Interesting. Let's see if the director of football's suggestions are any good, shall we? I mean, everyone's been rejecting. All of these offers of trials rejected. Do we just go sight unseen? Shartson can come in on loan. Do we just go with the idea that, well, it's £100. They do want money. .6'4" Icelandic. I think we need to see these players. If they want some cash, then we need to see them, don't we? That's what I reckon. Shartson could be back up. Rops have made a bid for someone. Okay. Heading out for the night. I need to concentrate a bit. Nearly put the wrong intro on the podcast. Yeah, that's cool, man. Don't worry at all, Chris. Pleasure as always, my friend. And yeah, I'll ping you some cash this week, sort you out, and then obviously appreciate your hard work. But yeah, you get your head down. Raheem's back from injury as well, which is good. See, I don't think editing this would be too much of a challenge, you know. Saarinen's happy now. He'd previously had doubts over my team talks. Look, Saarinen, just saying this here, right? Your leadership is 8, but if you can start bucking your ideas up, you can have the captain's armband, right? So, how do we make you a better leader? Additional focus on... Probably can't, can you? Discuss new trait. It's not a trait, is it? I need to... Yeah. Okay. Let me think. There might be a way of getting him to become more of a leader. Mahaja's back training everybody. Fagerström's happy. Scouting budget is £6,000. Do we dial that down a bit? We're currently paying for no scouting. We're £400 a week over on the wage budget. Which, if we can get rid of Zimden, would help. You know, right, Sharts, and we probably don't keep actually. Yeah, let him go. Okay, we're repairing the damage, that's fine. I'm surprised we've done that, to be honest. Oh, look at that, Robbie Malolo would be an interesting signing. Yes, he would be. He was one of our players. He left because of the fact he had no contract. Chevalentali seems happy enough to go to Rops. You look like they're back in the 3rd division now, so that's good. Players now unhappy because of training. Yeah, Hermanson looks reasonable for now. Got to do a bit more comparison. Kashina looks like he might be better. Handling, aerial reach, command of areas decent. Jumping reach is good. But they're both going to end up costing money though, so yeah, we'll have to see. This time we're top of the sponsorship table. We were bottom. They made £4 million from sponsorship. We made 200 grand. Yeah, I think that explains where our money's gone. Wait for the fixtures to be announced, then we can work out who we play. Expectations, mid-table once more. I'm sure we can do mid-table, I'm sure we can. Fairly confident of that. Okay, so we start against Micheli. Away from home, we finished the season. JJK away. So yeah, all right. Away in the first match, away in the last match. Fine. I realise as well, by the way, Si, I've made a slight mistake in this week's podcast. There is no league split anymore now. In Finland, it's just literally one league season. That's it. So there's 27 matches. That's all there is. Yeah, 27 games, and then the playoff is literally like the one match or 2 matches. So yeah, 27 matches. Not very much at all. Yeah. At the minute, we're expected to finish 8th. So that's before any signings have come through the door. So based on the current squads as they are now, expected 8th. I'd like to see that move up to 5th, possibly. Physio. We have a physio in the club now. Recruitment meeting, yeah. Do you know what a recruitment meeting would mean? Goalkeeper. Out wide could be interesting. I thought we'd obviously not updated this fully. Mage wouldn't play midfield. Strenzel can if he needs to. Out wide, Rahimi only. Really, I think. Rahimi at the top. Take him out, take him out, take him out. Up top, Lepisto. Matson's not with us. Covey, Holmang. Yeah. So it's probably going to be Holmang actually up there. Rahimi, Nyberg. Take them out. And then this one's going to be Hovey and Fagerström as number 1 and 2. Maybe even Holmang actually. Right. For active recruitment focuses. Are they goalkeeper? Yes they are. Yeah. Still got a little bit of time before the season kicks off. 77 days, in fact, is the bit of time we've got between now and season kicking off. So what's our schedule looking like? Oh yeah, and that's the friendly where we play Gran Cula and Futura. So there might be a couple of extra friendlies we'll put in there as well, because 2 friendlies after 77 days off, and then that's just the time at this moment. I think we're going to need a couple more friendlies to get ourselves caught up to speed. Do you reckon? I reckon so. I reckon so. Pieced out for a couple of days. Okay. Mahay's still talking about wanting to leave, but he's not going to want to leave really, is he? Because he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine now that we've kept him, reduced his contract. He'll be fine. Honestly, it's going to be all right. Totally fine. But what I think we do now, though, is I think probably at this moment in time, because we've got quite a lot of clicking to do, I think, well, there you go, it's Christmas, let's take it up to January, and then what I'll do is we'll jump out, and as I said before, there's no stream on Wednesday, and Friday is probably going to be Minecraft now rather than FM. And Sunday might be something silly as well, so we'll see. It might be next week for a bit of FM, because obviously there's going to be a lot of FM chat this week with 3 podcasts back to back. So I'm probably going to be done with FM talk this week. Oh, excuse me. Already, I've not even started the conversation. I've already got myself yawning on it. So yeah, let's consider this is going to be the last FM stream of the week. other streams will be other different stuff, and it'll be fun, and we'll have a great time. So let's keep our eyes out for that. We'll find someone who's got something going on, shall we, that we haven't seen. Ideally, would be nice. No, you think you're streaming in German? That's gonna be quite tricky. Are we still on FM? I know we always seem to stream out to an FM streamer, but there's lots of different things happening in Twitch land. But I suppose technically, well, Dill's there. We can send you out to Dill. Go on and see Dill again. We love a bit of Dill. So yeah, go and have some. Give the man some love, and thank you as always for being part of the stream. Take care of yourselves for a bit. Speak to you all on Friday. Yeah? Speak on Friday. Bye, everyone.